Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Nintendo Enthusiast. It's your boy Dakota here with Eli and Anthony. How you guys doing?
Hey.
Yo.
And we are talking here today about the end of the year of Luigi, which ends on March 18th. And I think Anthony wants to talk about how it was Nintendo's worst fiscal year. Maybe I stole your thunder by coming out and saying that, but what do you guys think? The year of Luigi, it's almost over. Did it go well? Was it awesome? Were there highlights? Were there weren't? No highlights? How'd it go?
All I can say is Luigi's Mansion was awesome, and that's about it for me.
It's funny, for such a year of Luigi, I barely played any of the games. I mean, I played New Super Luigi U, but I didn't touch Dream Team or Dr. Luigi. I didn't like Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
Oh, really? Huh.
I thought it was
Why not?
way too. I thought.
Yeah, come on.
Well, I was playing through it, and I felt like it was one of those games where, in order to progress, I literally had to press A in every single corner of the game in order to hopefully hit the right place. I felt like a lot of the puzzles didn't really have much logic to them, and like I'd either have to use a FAQ or just slouch around a level for half an hour pressing random buttons, hoping for the best. I played through 2 mansions, I think, but after that, I couldn't do it anymore. My brother played through the whole thing, but I just wasn't a fan.
Do you play a lot of point-and-click games, Eli?
I do on occasion, but I'm liking this new types of point-and-click games, like, for example, from Telltale, where a lot of the puzzles make sense, and there's not necessarily as many of them because there's a lot of story intertwined. But I've played my fair share, I guess, and it just didn't flow for me.
I really enjoyed that aspect of it, that it was kind of like a more real-time point-and-click kind of game. Maybe, I don't know, probably a bad comparison, but kind of Zack and Wiki-ish a little bit. But
except Zack and Wiki puzzles made sense.
I don't know. I liked it a lot. I really loved Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. I was pleasantly surprised.
I remember playing Dark Moon back at E3 2011, where it was just Luigi's Mansion 2, and I was really very surprised that they were going to actually bring that series back at all. So I thought that was pretty cool, but I don't know. A lot of the Luigi promotion was on stuff that it's already past. Like they came out with that like Luigi version of the Wiimote, which nobody cares about because people have Wii U's, or New Super Mario Brothers Luigi, or New Luigi Mario Brother, whatever they came out with. The
Super Luigi.
Yeah, the DLC. I mean, that's cool, but
Yeah,
it felt like they were still half-assing his own year, like as if Luigi was like the sideshow to his own year. Like, why didn't Luigi get a completely new game? Why didn't he get maybe a Wii U console or something like that? Like, Zelda gets a remake of Wind Waker HD, and Nintendo spends how much time talking about it and coming out with a completely, special edition console for it. Not, maybe they shouldn't come out with a special edition console for Luigi. I mean, I don't know if I'd buy it, but
let's be honest.
It seems like the treatment is super arbitrary, which it is because Nintendo's the one, the only one in charge. But it doesn't. I don't know where they're like. What was the point of your Luigi if they weren't gonna do it 100%?
And it was a lot of just merchandising, like the posters on Club Nintendo. He was on my subway in Chicago for like a week.
Yeah. It was like they went hard in that way. It's weird. Like Nintendo usually does pretty okay in terms in the games department, but completely gets screwed in advertising and marketing. But in this case, they did the complete backwards. Their advertising was great. Like I heard a ton about Year of Luigi, but I didn't actually know what it was. Like what exactly was Year of Luigi? Is it just like celebrating that Luigi exists? Like I thought that was the whole point when we play video games.
Yeah, and why go all out just for the Luigi, and just like you say, the fact that he exists, there weren't many games to go along with said marketing.
Apparently, it was Luigi's 30th birthday. He hasn't aged a day. I guess
he's looking fabulous.
I don't know. I felt like there was a lot of good games. I felt like the Year of Luigi for a character. I'd say they did pretty well, just because New Super Luigi U. Yes, it was a DLC, but it was also on a standalone disc, and it was a pretty hefty piece of thing. Plus, I feel like they would have gotten a lot of crap had they released another New Super game on their own. I thought that game was okay. Mario.
I'm gonna stop you there because Nintendo went out of their way to make how many new Super games that I really feel like that kind of criteria, that critique wouldn't affect them.
Crap, but had they put out like a 5th super game.
But what's the difference between a fourth and a fifth game at that point? They've already shown that they don't care about releasing the same game like over and over and over again. Like, not only have we seen that with the new Super Mario Bros. Series, we see that with like a lot of other series. We see it with Pokemon. We see that with Mario games in general. We see that with other games. So why is it that a fifth one is completely out of the question when it's supposed to be the year of Luigi? Like, come on. If anything, he deserved to have a complete new Super game and not Mario or something like that.
Well, I don't know. It would have been the third new Super game in 2 years, which is kind of a lot.
But what was the rate of the original new games? Didn't the first 3 new Super Mario Bros. Games come out within 2 or 3 years of each other?
Well, I mean, there was one in, I think, 2007 for the DS, and there was one in 2009 for the Wii, or 2008 for the Wii.
Right.
So that was 1 year apart, but then we had a 5-year break, and then we had 3 within a span of 2 years.
That's right.
I wish they would space it out a little more. But I mean, other than that, we have this Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. We had Luigi appearances in all these other sorts of games, such as NES Remix, and they were making appearances in all of their commercials, all of the Nintendo Directs. Then we had Mario and Luigi Dream Team, which I guess is both a Mario and Luigi game, but Luigi kind of got the emphasis because he was the one sleeping in that game. I don't know. I felt like they did him a little bit of justice.
Oh, how fitting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How is that doing Luigi justice? He's sleeping.
Well, I mean, he was the main character, and I don't know. I don't know how much more they could have done. I don't know.
They couldn't have done any more. They couldn't have done any more. Really, you can't think of anything they couldn't have done.
Well, admittedly, I am not. The Mario franchise is my least favorite Nintendo franchise, as strange as it sounds. And the biggest reason is because, like you guys have said, I think it's their cash cow, and it's just I'm never too impressed by the new Super Mario Brothers games because it's just a new Mario platformer all the time. And every once in a while, they'll have one that just blows me away, like Galaxy and Galaxy 2. And that's what I was hoping they were going to do with Luigi. Something more in line with that. A huge original thing for Luigi, not just a sequel to an original one he had before, but something bigger than just new Super Mario, new Luigi.
Yeah.
I mean, do you agree with that, Eli? Because that's how I think they could have done more. I think he needed a big new game.
Luigi needed a game and a concert.
They could have
starring Outcast.
They could have made a new game, but I'm going to be honest. Had they made Super Mario or Super Luigi 3D World instead of Super Mario 3D World, I don't think we're really doing anything.
But why does it have to be Super Luigi? Why can't it be? They made it. All right, so they made a sequel to Luigi's Mansion, which isn't a new game. But why can't they make a Luigi adventure? Why not just make a new game? It's almost like making a new IP because it doesn't have to be like other Mario games.
That's exactly what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it'd do that well, especially although Luigi's Mansion did do really well.
But if it wouldn't do that, okay, so yeah, if it wouldn't do that well, why would they make a sequel to Luigi's Mansion, and then why would they spend all that money on a character they don't think can sell well?
Yeah,
Clearly, Nintendo has faith enough in Luigi to dedicate an entire year to the guy. So I think that's more than enough, to focus on a completely new Luigi game that could, I mean, honestly, they could have made, Luigi's WarioWare,
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could have made another game just centered around Luigi, maybe even a new.
Isn't that the point of your Luigi, to center on Luigi?
But I feel like they did him justice. I feel like there were enough games with Luigi in them. Definitely more than I had expected.
Oh, there were definitely enough games with Luigi in them.
Just it was more quality, not quantity. Luigi's Dark Moon, I think was a good game. I think I had fun with it, but I really would have liked a Luigi adventure. Maybe I don't know, do Paper Luigi or something like that. Where if you guys played the Thousand Year Door, where Luigi's on that adventure and you got to talk to him and tell him he tells you about it. Why not that? I would love to play that game. That'd be a great game.
That was pretty cool.
Why can't Nintendo think outside the box? Let's make a Luigi Wiimote. Or Nintendo used to do cool things. They used to change and change the game, and then they and they claim that they do this, but I don't know. Releasing the Wii doesn't make Nintendo a game changer eternally. I think they really gotta step out the box and how they're gonna do things. If this is how they're gonna treat a major character, one of Nintendo's biggest, if not third biggest, like fourth biggest after Mario, Pikachu, and Link. Like people know who Luigi is, and this is how they treat him. If you're not Mario, Pikachu, or Link, you're probably gonna get this treatment. Is what I'm thinking. So I don't know. It makes me a little disappointed in Nintendo actually.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they'll pull something else. Some people have been saying Year of Yoshi.
Well, I want to get into this actually because the day after the Year of Luigi ends, the 20th anniversary of Super Metroid is. So Nintendo should totally, which they won't do because they hate Metroid and they hate me. They hate everything I like and hold dear.
Like Eli.
So. Why not do a Year of Metroid? Just put Ridley in Smash. I don't even care. Like, fuck. Just give me something. Give me something, please. They didn't acknowledge the anniversary of the original Metroid. Okay, fair enough. I mean, the Super Metroid's the quintessential Metroid game. So I think a 20-year anniversary. I think that's let's announce Ridley. Let's announce Metroid Dread, or a fusion to sequel to Fusion, and I'm happy with that. They can do a worse job than Year of Luigi. As long as I get at least one of those things, I'm a pretty happy camper. Because Metroid fans don't get a lot. We got to take everything we can get.
So the Year of Adam Malkovich, right?
Oh God, the Year of Remember Me. If other M2 gets announced, you won't hear from me ever again. You'll never hear from me on this podcast. I will never talk. I will never speak another word.
He just commits traditional suicidal Japanese,
by Sudoku.
Katana.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why can't I have Ridley? How about this? I wanna issue a challenge to all our listeners here. If anyone can give me a legitimate reason why Ridley shouldn't be playable, and isn't a size argument, I am all about it. If you can give me a legitimate reason.
See, this is how much we care about Luigi. It just came back to Ridley again.
But,
everything circles back to Ridley.
All of our casts should end with
I've got a legitimate reason right here.
Okay, throw me a legitimate reason.
It would be too unrealistic. We can't put a dragon in with Mario. I mean, that's just
unrealistic. It would be super unrealistic.
That'd be like having a giant turtle with Mario. It wouldn't work.
I think honestly, Ridley would just be too good. But honestly, they didn't. They didn't. Well, he is too good. To be honest, Ridley should have his own game where it's just the character selection screen is just different Ridleys, and you just fight as the different Ridleys. And I would be the only person who played that game. That's how serious I am. So, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me where Mario can fight Bowser, Link can fight Ganondorf. And honestly, Donkey Kong should be able to fight King K. Rool too. But that's part of Smash, that these matchups that could never happen. But you also have the opportunity to relive some of the biggest battles. So it goes both ways. Where I want to see Samus versus Wii Fit Trainer, but I want to see Samus versus Ridley. And I want to play on the other side. I want to do I like fighting Bowser versus Mario. I like Ganondorf versus Link. I want to do Ridley versus Samus.
All right, so there you go.
So Year of Luigi.
So Year of Ridley.
Yeah. So make sure to let us know below. What years you would like to see in the future, and whether you like the Year of Luigi or not. Whether you thought it was worth it for Nintendo to even do the Year of Luigi. And see you guys for the next episode of Nintendo Enthusiast Radio.
I'm banking on them saying Adam Malkovich. It's gonna happen.
No, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. So.
Oh, that's right.
If they use AI Adam from Fusion, then maybe, but maybe he'll control the ship, and there'll be a big ship on the stage, and you just fight Samus's ship from Fusion. That makes sense. That's realistic, right?